Hi guys, welcome to another aerial yoga class. I'm really happy if you join me today live in this Easter aerial workout. And I'm waiting a bit to actually get more people in, because I know especially on Easter probably not everyone is like really on time. So I might wait a few minutes before we actually start with the class to give you actually a chance to hop in the live stream and really join me today. And I totally understand that probably the class today will be a bit smaller because most of you are probably celebrating Easter with some of your family members, and so it's amazing if you still join me today for the workout. So thank you very much. And I'm already seeing like 5 are already here, so thank you so much for being here. If you like, type in the chat where you are from. I would really love to see where you are from and where you are working out at the moment together with me. And please also let me know in the comments if the sound and also the image is good. So let me know if you can see me well. Cool. So thank you so much from Florida, and thank you so much, Johanna. Happy Easter to you too. And I can see now they're actually coming more and more people in, so that's great. Again, happy Easter to everyone. And today we are going to have a more like classical aerial yoga class with flow, but we will first begin with, of course, a warm-up. And even before, I wanted to start with a quick and short breathing exercise, because that's also like super important today. And well, in general, breathing exercises are really important in yoga, but especially in times like this, maybe some of you are a bit nervous, some of you are a bit like anxious maybe, or you might even have a cold because it's going to be spring here at least, but I know there's still some countries with cold weather. So my idea was actually to start the class today really classical and with a really nice, easy breathing exercise, and then we go to the warm-up, do the aerial yoga flow, and afterwards you can relax down in Shavasana. Cool. Hi and greetings to Paris. Thank you for joining. I'm happy to have you here, and I guess we can soon start. So if you like, switch on some music, whatever you like. A few days ago, I sent out actually a list, like a nice list of music to listen to via email to some of you. Maybe you want to listen to that, or maybe you have your own music on Spotify or wherever to listen to. So maybe switch that on now. And also make sure to have some water, drink plenty of water. And then we can already start. And before we actually start, I would like to make sure that your hammock is actually on the right level. So for all of you, please put the hammock on the right level. So that should be slightly below your hip if you press down your hammock. You can also make it slightly higher if you like, that's totally fine. But please don't put it too low. So the hammock shouldn't be low like this or like this, because then you might bump your head, and of course you don't want to do that. And for those who have some issues, like maybe some blood pressure problems, or maybe you have some broken bones and you're just in recovery, or maybe you're pregnant, or anything else with like a bit more serious health issues, then please make sure that you don't do the inversions and only do the exercise you really feel good in. Of course, some exercises might be challenging, and then maybe you will feel some deep stretching. That's normal. But if you feel like something like really you feel uncomfortable, just don't do it, relax, and maybe stay in a recovery pose, and I'm going to demonstrate them to you in a few minutes. So I guess we are ready to start. I'm actually getting rid of my jacket already. And I'm also, of course, getting rid of my socks, so you can do the same. And before we start with the actual warm-up, I want you to actually just sit down with me, and you can either sit down here or you can also sit on your knees, or maybe you even want to sit in your hammock. Everything is totally fine. Just please make sure that you actually sit really nice and straight. So really sit down, then push your shoulders up and just let them fall down, maybe shake them a bit. So you are really sitting nice and tall. And then you can just put your hands on your knees. And I'm going to demonstrate you what kind of breathing exercise we're going to do. And this breathing exercise is actually, it actually is a breathing exercise where you breathe in one nostril and breathe out in the other. So it's like a change between one nostril and the other. And that really helps you actually to balance the whole brain, like the left and the right brain. And it also really helps you to calm down. And it will also help you to really release any stress. And it will also help you to recover much faster if you are actually a bit sick, especially if you have a cold, because it will really balance the nostril breathing. So this exercise is called alternate nostril breathing. And you can either put your hand in Vishnu Mudra, if you know what I mean, if you know what I'm talking about. If no, that's totally fine. So we are actually going to use these two fingers here. I'm going to show it a bit closer. So we're actually going to use these two fingers and this thumb. And like this, we can switch between the nostrils. So actually, I'm going to use only the ring finger and my thumb. And like this, if you put it on here, you can see, you can really switch really nice between both nostrils. So that's actually Vishnu Mudra. And so sit down, sit nice and straight, and then close one side, like one nostril with the thumb, and breathe in with the other nostril that's still open. So you breathe in, then you close both nostrils, and then you breathe out to the other nostril. So you breathe in the left nostril, and you hold your breath, and then you breathe out to the right nostril. Now breathe in the left nostril, and breathe out after a short break with the right nostril. And now you can continue in your own rhythm. So just make sure that you breathe in one nostril, then you just hold your nose, and you sound really funny. And then you make a short pause, and then you breathe out with the other nostril. So I breathe in, hold, breathe out. In, out. In, out. Now you can continue in your own rhythm for maybe another minute. And while you're breathing, really make sure that you stay nice and straight with your shoulders and your whole back. So have a really nice, straight, strong posture. And also, please don't breathe in only in your upper body, but also really breathe in and out in your belly. So you will really feel getting the air in your belly, and your belly will look really full. And then you breathe out, and your belly will look nice, flat and empty. So you breathe in and out, and in and out. And with your next breath, you breathe out. You can just continue breathing normal and get rid of your hands and just really relax them on your knees. And then you might already feel a bit calmer if you have been super awake, or if you haven't been awake because you were watching maybe from LA, for example, then still it's great. It's like a nice, gentle start into the day. And so that was actually the alternate nostril breathing, and you can always do it if you feel a bit nervous, or if you feel a bit anxious, or super excited and you want to actually get calmed down a bit, or even to just balance both brain sides, and especially if you actually want to like open both nostrils, maybe for example if you have a cold, and that will really help you to balance everything, and you can feel much more calm. So I guess we are ready to start with the whole workout. And before we do the actual aerial flow, as I said, we will do some warm-up, because it's really important that you don't forget the warm-up, because you don't want to hurt any muscles. So for the start, probably, well, some of you who already joined me, you will know the start, but at the end, actually, I put in some variations, because I don't want you to get bored with the warm-up. So towards the end, we'll have some nice variations for you. So put the leg, like it doesn't matter if you choose the right or left, just put one leg in here and make sure that the hammock is slightly above your ankle. Stand nice and tall. Maybe again, like get your shoulders up and just make them down like this and shake them a bit, so you stay really nice and tall. Then maybe push in your hammock with the foot, because you don't want to actually have the hammock sliding upwards during the exercise. And then you can just fold your hands together like this in Namaste or in like a prayer pose, and then we start moving our leg outwards 10 times. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And here, another tip. If you do this, always flex your foot, because that will also help you that the hammock won't slide up. Because if you do this and it's a little bit wobbly, then the hammock might slide up even until here. You can't really do the exercise. And then another thing, if you open the leg, you breathe out. And if you get the leg inwards, you breathe in to actually support your muscles, and especially the belly and the core muscles. So now we can continue actually to the other side and do it on the, like we just cross the leg. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you can see even here it's slided up a bit, but that's totally fine, don't worry. Sometimes if you have a really like slippery pants, it might work. So put in the other leg, flex your foot, make sure you really stay really good. You have really good standing in the foot that's still on the ground. Flex your foot, have your leg nice and straight, and we open our leg to the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now we move the leg out and then across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now when you're done, you can stay here. Just move the hammock below your knee. Hold yourself really high on the hammock and just push forward with the leg that's still on the ground. Make sure that the leg on the ground is also pointing in front of you or just slightly towards the side, but don't let the leg on the ground go in a 90-degree angle. And then just push forward, and the more you push forward, the deeper the stretch will be. And then you can just hold yourself like this, if you want to have it a bit more easy. Or you can also put your hands together in prayers pose and stay here for 5 deep breaths. Now once you're done, hold yourself on the hammock again. And I hope you won't hear my boyfriend actually sneezing. So then, once you're here in this position, you can lean forward again and put your arms towards the side, nice and straight. Try to really stay in one line. So from the side, it's actually going to look a bit like this. Make sure that actually your hands and your arms are just in one line, one nice straight line, and just look slightly above your fingertips or even further in front of you, like you have a goal in mind. And the deeper you go, the deeper you push forward with the legs that's on the ground, the deeper you will feel the stretch. And then just move forward a bit, lean forward, still with both hands and arms really nice and straight, and look up towards the sky or towards the ceiling. And don't forget to lean forward and then breathe. Take some really nice 5 deep breaths here. Once you are done, grab on the hammock, pull yourself up, and then we can actually switch legs. So put in the other leg in the hammock, make sure it's below your knee, and then make sure the leg on the ground is still pointing in the front, not in a 90-degree angle, so make it showing in the front. Hold yourself up high, lean forward, and if you can, get rid of your hands and just look into the sky or look at your hands. This will really help you to stay long in the pose. And don't forget to push forward with the foot that's on the ground for a deeper stretch. And also take deep breaths here. When you are done, grab on the hammock again, move the leg that's on the ground sideways in a 90-degree angle, lean forward again, and we are in a warrior's pose. So make the arms and hands nice and straight. Try to have the whole arms and also the fingertips really nice and straight, full of tension, and get really a lot of strength in it. And then try to relax every other muscles you don't need and breathe. Now when you're done, again just slide forward with your whole upper body, lean forward, then put the arm next to your leg, and maybe your hand is now next to your foot. Really point the foot really nice and straight. Look up with a straight arm and just look at your hand on the ceiling or into the sky and breathe. When you are done here, hold on the hammock again, pull yourself up, and then you stay in this pose. Just move the hammock again, like slightly above your ankle. Then move the leg behind you and grab the hammock above you. Now the hammock can either be like this, so it's crossed over here, but it can also be like this, it doesn't really matter. I somehow always end up like this. Then lean forward with your upper body, hold really tight on the hammock, and push back with the leg that's behind you, so like this. And the more you push back with your leg, but also the more you really push forward, the nicer the pose will look. And that's called the dancer's pose, and it actually works the whole body. And really try to engage your core muscles. It will also help you to stand really nice and straight, and then just look forward and look there. Just choose a goal, choose a fixed point in front of you that will help you to stay longer in the pose. And don't forget to always check if you are still pushing backwards or if your leg somehow ends up like this, because it's not supposed to be like this. It's really supposed to be like that. Now, probably you are done. So get out of the pose. And now we actually just do the same with the other side. If you're here, maybe jump forward a bit so you are exactly below where you actually installed your hammock. Then lean forward again, push back with your leg behind you, and breathe. And don't look on the floor, look more like slightly in front of you, like I'm doing right now. So the camera is here, but I'm actually not looking in the camera, but more like this, because it really relaxes my neck a bit. Now slowly get out of this pose. Then warm up your wrists, fold your hands, and move them in one direction. And once you're done, just move them in the other direction. So one direction left and one round right. And then once you are ready, you can also just move your hand from left to right, but a bit faster, so we warm up our wrists. And if you like, you can then shake out everything a bit. And we are going on the floor in the tabletop position. So I'm going to show it from the side. And make sure, if you're here, to really spread your fingers wide and really push in the mat on the ground with your fingers, with your fingertips, because it will support your wrists. And especially people like me who had some injury on the wrist, it will really help you to support your wrists and really use your whole strength in the fingers and not on the wrist. And then the pose and exercise will be way easier for you. So go down, make sure that your hands are really below your shoulders in a nice straight line. And then just put one leg in the hammock and then the other one. And you will stay here in the plank position for at least 10 seconds. And don't forget to breathe and really engage the core muscles and really have a nice straight line with your whole back. So don't look like a cat or like a cow, but really nice and straight like a plank. Now once you are done, put one leg on the ground as if you want to knee down, and then just push yourself backwards using your hands and put the forehead on the ground and feel a nice resting pose. It's like a one-legged child pose. Now you are ready to start again. So put your leg back in the hammock and either you stay in the plank for another 15 seconds, or you can also just pull the legs towards you. So I'm going to show it more from the side. So you can pull your legs towards you for 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then put the other leg on the ground and push back, and also put your forehead on the ground. Slowly get up, and whenever you do these exercises, really breathe out if you do the harder part, and breathe in if you do the easier part. So breathe out, for example, if you pull the legs together, and if you push them outwards when doing the plank, you can breathe in. Now we are nearly ready to start with our actual aerial yoga flow, but before we are going to do this, stay behind your hammock, and then put the arms inside, and then wrap around the hammock once and twice. Make sure that the fabric is not on your elbow, but below your elbow to protect the joints. Then grab high on the hammock, stay nice and tall, and then move in circles. And you can either stay really nice and straight, or you can actually bend your knees if you move forwards. So you will do it for 10 times. So I'm at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now make sure you are still really holding good and tight on your hammock. And then we are going to move in the other direction. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. When you are done with this, slowly get out of the movement and shake your whole body, and maybe also shake out your hands because you had to really grab hard on the hammock to hold yourself. And when you're done with that, we can start with the actual aerial flow. So before we start, I'm going to show you 2 resting poses you can always go into. So the first one is you step behind, in front of your hammock. So the hammock is behind you, below the shoulder blades. Just lean back, open the arms, and move from one side to the other side, following your breath. So breathe out if you go down, and breathe in if you go up. Now the other resting pose is also a really nice pose actually to just sit in your hammock and relax. So just roll the fabric a bit, like maybe 5 times or 6, doesn't matter. Then put it next to your hip, jump in, put the hands and arms behind you, let them fall behind you, and then just put your forehead on your knees and relax. So these 2 poses you can always do if you are feeling you need a short break. So the first thing we're actually going to do is, I'm going to show it from this side. So stand in front of your hammock, then wrap around the hammock. So it's actually not on the upper arms, but more on the lower part of your arms. And then you are going to pull down like this with the material, so you really are supported. And then just grab on the hammock like this. So move the hands around the hammock again, so you can hold yourself like this. Then just lean back and pull yourself towards the hammock like this. So 1, 2, and so on. I'm going to do it from the other side now so you can actually see me better. And whenever you actually pull yourself up, you breathe out. And if you go down, you breathe in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So the sound you just heard was the stand, don't worry, that can happen. And next thing we are actually going to do is the chair pose. It's not actually the classical yoga chair pose like that, but instead you just stay in front of the hammock, you put your arms down, then you grab on the hammock, and you just fall down like this. So the hammock is actually supporting your upper back. So you stay like this. Make sure you are in the 90-degree angle with your leg, and don't stay like this, but really be more like this. So actually your knee can be exactly above your ankle, or even slightly more towards the front. So we are staying like this for at least 15 seconds, or you can also swing around a bit like that. Don't forget to breathe. If you stay here and really try to stay in this pose, either like this, or you can also move one leg up. So 1, 2, 3, and then the other one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. So just another round. You're doing really good if you're still holding up. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Now I think you earned the recovery pose. So if you like, just jump in the hammock, put your arms behind you, and then lean forward with your forehead on the knees. And stay here a bit and enjoy the slight movement of your hammock. Now when you're done, slowly get out of this pose and don't get up just like this, but like really, really slow, vertebra by vertebra, and the last thing that goes up is your head. So now we're actually going into the tree pose. So stay behind your hammock. Make the hammock, like bunch it together, so just move down your arms and fingers like this. And then step in the hammock with one foot, but make sure that the fabric is in the middle of your foot. So not on the toes and not on the back part, but really on the sole of your feet. Hold yourself high, step inside, and now you have one leg free. And that goes around the hammock, and then just place the foot either above your ankle, or you can also move it higher, and you can also just use one free arm and put it on here. And now once you're done with that, you can actually just move the arm in front of the hammock, like through the hammock in front of you where the foot is up. So this one is where the shoulder is in front of the hammock. So you are like this and you are totally safe. And then the other arm stays behind the hammock. So you're really locked and you're really safe and you cannot fall. And then just fold your hands either like this. You can also close the eyes and breathe, or you can also grab the foot and make it nice and straight if you want a deeper stretch. I'm going to stay here and breathe. Once you are done, you can go in the manta pose with me together if you like. So have only one foot in the hammock like this. Then switch the grab of the hammock like this. I hope you're all watching me. And then push the fabric to the side while stepping in the hammock on the height of your knee. And make sure the foot is not going in front, but towards the back. So in the opposite direction of the other foot. Then you can just sit down like this, and you're locked, and you can let go of one foot. So now you can either stay in here and make sure that you still have your leg nice and straight. And then you can either stay in here or go out of the movement. Or I'm going into the manta pose, so actually I'm going to lean backwards while holding myself on the hammock, and then just grab the free foot. Now I'm going slowly out of this, and you don't need to jump down. You can also just stay in here with your foot, like this. And it will actually give you a really nice stretch in the whole hamstring part. Now you don't have to actually be super straight now with the upper body. You can do whatever you want. But this pose actually gives you a nice deep stretch. So now, of course, we also need to do the other side. So step in with the other foot in the hammock. And then go up. Put your leg around. And don't worry if one leg is more here and the other one is more up. It's totally fine because it's always really different from one side to the other side. And then also make sure that you don't press in your knee, but really have the foot either below your knee or above your knee. And really press in the foot in your leg so you are staying there. Then the arm where the foot is outwards goes in front of the hammock. So this shoulder where the leg is in this flex position goes in front of the hammock. Then this arm is free. And you can just fold your hands like this and stay here for a few breaths. Now to get out, you can either just get rid of this flex leg and then step out of the hammock, or you can go into the manta pose with me again. So just change the grip like this. You can also grab higher if your hammock is longer than mine. And then just step inside the hammock like this. So push the fabric away with your arm and with your foot, and the foot steps in like on knee level. And make sure that the foot is showing towards the other direction of the other foot. Then just sit down, make sure you are still engaging the core muscles, and really push in the fabric so you're in a nice straight line like this, and not actually falling down together like this or hanging in there like that. And then you can get rid of the foot, and if you like, you can then lean backwards. So make sure you hold yourself on the hammock with one arm, and the other one will grab the free foot. And make sure to really push in the fabric with the foot that's still holding you on the hammock. Now once you're done, slowly get up, don't jump out, and then enjoy a nice hamstring stretch like that. Now you can either stay like this, or you can also just hang in here like that with your legs straight. Slowly get out, and we are going into the Buddha position or the butterfly. Now if you have any questions between what I'm showing you, you can always type it in the chat, and I will make sure that I actually read the chat. So I'm quickly hopping in here in chat. Cool, great. Thank you so much for making it all today. And again, so now we're going into the Buddha or the butterfly position. And actually, you know it maybe from classical yoga. So you just sit down like this. That's the butterfly position. So we are actually going to do it now on the hammock. So bunch up the hammock, step in with the side of your foot. Hold yourself up high, and also put in the other foot right next to it. Then make sure that you push your hip against the fabric, so you're not hanging in there like this, but really nice and straight. And then one leg can come out, and also one arm can come out, and the other one as well. Make sure that you actually put the arms through your hammock and not outwards, because that won't support you. So put it in here, like this, and now the shoulders are in front of the hammock, and your feet are together like this. And if you can hear some funny scratching noises, that's actually our dog moving around, because he's not sure what I'm doing right now. So be here like this, and then you can either just put your hands together like this, or you can also do the inversion now with me together. Now if you stay in here like this, just close your eyes and feel the nice movement. Make sure that you really open your hips. It's a really nice hip opener, but it will also help you engage the core and really stay nice and straight. Now if you want to do the inversion with me, hold on the hammock, like where the hip is, roughly where the hip is, like this. And the hand can be open like this actually. You can see it, it can be like this. So don't have it like this way, but really open your hand towards the front of you. Grab and hold tight. And then just flip down like this. And you are hanging here like this. And then you can actually just put your arms in the Jupiter Mudra and enjoy the nice stretch of your arms and the gentle hip opener. And if you are hanging here with the head downwards, you can maybe feel the fluid in your spine moving, and it will really help you to get all the blood in your head. And don't worry, it will also move out of your head again. But it will actually make you feel super happy, because the endorphins are now setting free, and you will be even more happy after the class. So this can also help you with slight depression, or if your mood is a bit down. And also it really helps to actually get rid of every hard or tight tension in your spine. And you can also just let your arms hang free and enjoy the inversion. Now to get out, just hold on the hammock again above you and just pull yourself up. And now you're back in the actual normal butterfly or Buddha position. Now hold on the hammock and just jump out of the hammock. And then we can actually go in the monkey position. And afterwards we are going into the phoenix position. So for this, just jump in the hammock a bit and lean backwards, like straddle back. If you actually straddle back, make sure that the fabric is really slightly above your bum. And then you can just lean back like this. Make sure to really open the legs, because if you put them together, you will actually slide out of the hammock. So always have your legs open, and then you can flex the feet and hold yourself with the feet on the hammock and enjoy the swing. Or you can also just move forward with the hands and then push backwards, so you have a nice deep stretch, and it's a bit like a combination of downward dog and the monkey position. And don't forget to breathe. Now feel free to do anything you like with your hands. You can either just let them flow around, maybe have a nice deep stretch, or that's just whatever you want. And when you're ready, just move up with the upper body and grab above your feet with the arms, and you are hanging here like this. And then if you have stronger core muscles, you can actually just go up and down like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Or if you don't have these muscles and you don't want to do it for 10 times, you can just grab above your feet, push through with your legs, and then climb up into the goddess pose. Now to get out of this pose, but if you like, you can actually straddle your legs like this and point your toes, or you can also just go out of this movement again by leaning backwards, open your feet, open your legs, and move out like this. Or if you want some more fun, you can actually go in the goddess pose like this. Then you just hold onto one side and you just lean forward like this. And then open both legs, and you have done the inverted pigeon, and now you can go out of this movement. Now if you have any questions, just feel free to put it in the chat and I will make sure I will see it. And actually, before we then end our class, I want to do some more inversions with you and also some nice deep stretching. So for this, we are going to do the vampire. So the vampire is actually super fun, I think, and it will really engage the whole body. For this, please make sure you actually watch me before you try the pose yourself, to really make sure you will see everything, because I'm going to show it you from this side and also again from this side, so you can really see both sides. So for this, just bunch up the hammock and put in, or if you want some more fun, you can also hey Joey. So that was Joey. And then if you want more fun when jumping in, you can actually just grab the fabric here and then Grab it on the other side as well. So you have it like this, and really have it like really completely rolled out, really thin the material. Then bunch it up a bit, maybe 4 or 5 times. And then just lean forward like this. So your shoulders are covered. Move up with your hands. So they are out here, but your shoulders are covered. Then bunch up the fabric 5 times on both sides. And just hop inside the hammock like this. And when you're here, you can just watch me now. So for the vampire, we are just getting our fabric up like this. So our shoulders are covered. We lean backward, and then we move both legs inwards. And then we will cover our whole, like nearly our whole legs, but at least above your knees. So that's really important. And I'm going to show you the same thing on the other side again. So when you're here, make sure your shoulders are covered. Then grab high above your head with the fabric. You can also slightly bunch it up. Then just move your legs up. You can either stay in here in the Batman, or you can also get your feet again together and then roll open like this. And for this, really push down your hip and engage your core. And make sure you just look downwards to really relax the neck. And to get out, you can either just step out with one foot, then go up again like this. And that will also be a really nice stretch if you just lean forward and push back with the leg that's still inside of your hammock. It's a really nice stretch. Or you can also just roll out of the movement. Now I'm going to show the same on the other side, but if you already know what to do, you can of course go into that pose. So I'm quickly showing it again from the other side. So if you already feel secure doing this, just feel free to go. I'm going to cover my shoulders, and then I'm going to grab high like this, and I will walk in the fabric. Really walk in like this, and then grab high, and then move your body like this. Go up with the hip, and then just roll out. Those who are a bit more fit, you can actually do it just with one leg. Then you swing around and you actually stay like this. So this will again give you a really nice hamstring stretch. If you do this, make sure you do the hamstring stretch really on both sides. So feel free to do the movement now. And maybe you want to do the hamstring stretch. And those of you who need a short break, you can just sit in your hammock, put your arms behind you, and then lean forward. And just enjoy a short break. Now the next thing we are going to do is the cat and cow position, because it's a really nice stretch and gentle movement for your back, especially if you sit a lot. So if you are sitting a lot in front of the computer or don't move around it up, it's amazing. So you can actually do it without the hammock, but of course you can also do it with the hammock. So if you don't have the hammock with you always, you can just go in the tabletop position like this, and then gently move inwards and move outwards in cow position. And always do it with your breath. Now, since we are here all with our hammocks, we are of course going to do it with the hammock. So put in your hands, your wrists like this. Then wrap around once. And then make sure that the wrists are fully covered, push down a bit and then fold your hands. Now sit below the point where you install the hammock. Lean forward a bit and then make the back like a cat when you breathe out. And when you breathe in, you move forward in the cow position. So make your back really round in the other way, in the opposite direction. Now breathe in and breathe out. Now you can do it in your own rhythm with your breath for 5 times. Now when you are done here, just stay in this position. And then you can just sit down like this with your arms still in the hammock. And then you can just lean backwards like this and really relax your neck, just let it go. Maybe you want to stay in here and breathe, maybe you want to swing around like that. And those of you who want more fun and more strengthening, you can actually go in the fish pose with me. So you can either stay here and enjoy a nice breath and really relax, or you go in the fish pose. That means you're going to sit on your bum, put the legs in front of you, then actually just step like that, really point the toes, and then grab the hammock above you, pull yourself up, then make the legs nice and straight, and look backwards, and really enjoy the deep movement and the strengthening. If you are doing the fish pose with me, then bird fish pose, make sure to really engage the core muscles to stay nice and straight in the position. Now when you are done with this, you can just lean forward slightly like that and really let the hammock push and pull your body upwards and really make your spine nice and straight. Or those of you who have more belly muscles and a really strong back, you can also slowly let your legs go straight and then just lay down on the floor. So if you have any back problems, please don't do this because it's going to hurt your back more than it's doing good. But if you have strong core and back muscles, you can actually do this. And you will actually feel some pull upwards to straighten your spine. And also you need to you really need to strengthen your arms. So when you're in this position, sorry you couldn't see this because the image suddenly went dark. Thank you, camera. So if you're in here and you want to go out, really slowly pull yourself up with the strength of your arms. And then just fold, relax, and you're out of this position. Now, we are nearly done with our workout. So thank you for joining. If you like, you can actually make some short stretches like that. So make sure you stay in here like this for a few seconds. And then switch sides and really push down the elbow. Have a nice stretch in your arms. And because we didn't actually start the class exactly on point, because I was waiting for some people to go actually in the class and be here, It's going to take a few more minutes, but don't worry, we will for sure do a nice meditation. So for the meditation and for the Shavasana, just feel free to put on your socks again, at least if they are clean. And then put on your socks, maybe also wrap yourself up with a jumper if you want to put on a jumper or a thin jacket. And then you can either lie on the ground in Shavasana. So I'm going to demonstrate it. So you just lie down, make your feet a bit open, maybe like shoulder wide, and also let your arms fall right next to you and just relax. Or you can also, of course, lie down in the hammock if you want to do that. So I'm actually just going to lie here so you can actually understand me a bit better. So lie down like this, and then just stretch yourself a bit. Put your arms down again and engage all muscles, make them really, really strong, and then let them all go. And really feel your breath. Close your eyes and just listen to your breath. Feel your body. Maybe you will feel some tingling in your arms or in your fingertips or in your feet. Or maybe you will just not feel anything. Everything is totally fine. Just listen to your breath and relax. Let your thoughts just come and go. Just accept the thoughts that come up and then just push them away like a cloud on the blue sky passing by. If you don't have any thoughts coming up, that's also totally fine. And just listen to your breath, feel your body, and relax. Maybe you will hear some sound surround you. Maybe you hear some birds. Maybe you hear the ocean waves. Maybe you will just hear nothing, total silence. And whenever you're ready, slightly wiggle your toes, wiggle your feet, and wiggle your fingertips. And slowly stretch out your whole body like you're waking up. And whenever you're ready, open your eyes. Slowly roll on one side with still the eyes closed. Use your hands to support yourself. Then slowly come up. If you like, you can still have your eyes closed. Come into a gentle, nice sitting position, either cross-legged seat or maybe even on your knees, whatever you want. You can also sit on a chair. And then I really want to say a huge thanks for showing up today. Thank you for making the time to work out and really take the time for yourself. So give thanks to yourself and thank you for joining. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining the class today. And as you noticed, it was a bit more gentle, and if you actually do this a few more times yourself, you will actually have a real nice aerial yoga flow, like a more classical aerial yoga flow with a bit of strengthening exercises mixed in between. And The more you do it, the easier it will get, and it will also actually help you if you want to have some more action to join the Fridays classes at the same time, where we will do some really cool flips and tricks. And so thank you again for joining. Thank you so much. It's great that still so many people showed up, even on Easter Sunday. Thank you so much again. And those of you who, as I said, want more action, you're welcome to join the Friday classes. So those of you who still want to have the more gentle flow with some strengthening, stretching, and a few tiny flips and tricks, feel free to come every Sunday. So there's a class on Friday and Sunday. And if you actually want to join some super awesome course, we are starting a 4-week course from May. And that's going to be with a lot of strengthening and fitness and flips and tricks and sequences together with music. So it's more like an aerial dance. Feel free to just drop me a message if you're interested in some more info about the course. Or else you are also really invited to actually just already get this class. And I'm actually going to post a link to the class now, in case you want to join the course. So this is the link. If you want to join our course, it's in here. And until the end of April, it's actually going to be for just 87 euros instead of 277 as a gift to you, because you're an early bird if you want to hop in. We already have like 5 amazing girls testing the class with us together to get some amazing feedback and make it even more fun. So if you want to have that, feel free to grab it right now for a reduced price. It's a gift from us to you. And thank you so much. Happy that you had the perfect Easter Sunday together with me in the class. Thank you so much for joining. As I mentioned, if you want to hop in every Friday and Sunday, we have a session. Friday, it's more flips and tricks with music, more fitness. Sunday, it's more the classical air yoga flow. And again, I'm going to put in the link again another time. Thank you so much for all the great feedback, actually. Really happy to read all of this. Thank you so much, guys, for really making the time for yourself. That's amazing. Again, that's the link if you want to join us. And if you have any questions, just feel free to always message me, and I'm really happy to answer any questions about air yoga, about starting your own business, and just feel free to message me. Thank you so much for joining today. Happy Easter. I hope I will see you again on Friday and Sunday next week. And just relax and namaste, guys.